This is TWiT.
Doug writes in, I've had a problem with my brand new iPhone 14 Pro Max rebooting. It seems to happen when it's charging. I went to the Apple Store and they said the logic board was having issues. They replaced the phone and it was still happening. I went back to the Apple Store and they said the CPU was losing power. They replaced it again. It is still happening with this phone. Now, either Apple has a major quality issue or it's a software issue. I finally found other people reporting this issue on the Apple community website. I'm waiting to see if Apple is going to address this. And here is my kitty tax. Yes, the pet tax we charge folks who they don't have to pay, but we love it when you pay. This is Linux and Chewy. Oh, hello, Linux and Chewy.
So
We've
adorable.
got a black and white cat on the left with a beautiful, I guess we call that, is that a star? Is that a row? I forget what the thing is called on horses whenever they've got a pattern on their forehead. Yeah, so nice white star on the kitty's forehead. And then the other one has the most beautiful light green eyes. It is a white and gray and black cat with a little brown nose. Yeah. They're both adorable. Yeah, and they're both wearing harnesses, I notice.
Oh, yeah. Some cats love going for walks, Mikah. And, you know, this is the health episode of iOS Today, so I felt it was only fitting. But yeah, so Doug did actually follow up and send a few more emails saying that he'd heard that restoring your iPhone using, the restore mode could actually fix the problem. So he tried doing that. And unfortunately, no dice. It's still happening. His phone is still rebooting. And so the only things that I have got to recommend to Doug specifically are check all of the components, right? So you know that there's potentially a problem with the phone, but it's definitely worth checking your lightning cable, swapping that out for a different cable, or trying MagSafe or another kind of wireless charging. And check your wall wart, the thing that actually provides the power from the wall. Make sure that it is definitely properly grounded. Try using a different outlet, things like that. Make sure that everything in your chain is definitely working and safe and not causing any problems in any way. And see if that potentially helps, though. Equally, if the Apple Store are replacing your phone, I'm guessing that's because they plug it in and it goes and reboots when they see it, which is not great. So I'm hoping that we are going to see some kind of fix for this soon. It's certainly been reported by 9to5Mac, and I don't know if you've heard any more about this.
Yeah.
Mikah.
I was going to say one of the best things that someone can hear, I feel, whenever they've got an issue is that they're not alone, because it does mean that, this is something that other people are experiencing, which means that it's more likely to have attention paid to it, but also that you can go, okay, so maybe this is not something that I've been doing. There are a few people who have reported the same issue with their device randomly restarting while they're charging. When these folks had contacted Apple support said do a full restore from backup with firmware DFU mode turned on, which is a recovery mode, a type of recovery mode, the full restore from backup with actual recovery mode, disabling optimized charging, and then one support person apparently told them to uninstall the Eufy app. I don't know why. None of that worked, but then there was a person who was able to get it to work by disabling background app refresh. If that is the case, then this is some sort of software issue that will hopefully be fixed. But the fact that other people are experiencing it as well, and that having new devices given to you, replaced with new devices doesn't seem to be fixing the problem, then I think it's got to be software or firmware. Something to do with whatever apps or services you have on your device that are causing this to happen. There could be that so people are saying they paid so much attention that they looked at the percentage of their phones between 90 and 95%, and especially at 93%, that is whenever the phone would randomly restart. And it's possible that at those higher percentages, there's an app that is trying to pull data from something, and when it does that, then it's causing the phone to crash. I mean, there's any number of things that could be causing this, but what it does sound like is it's hopefully not a hardware issue, and is something that can be solved with an update or a specific fix.
Yes. I do actually have a theory, by the way, as to why the Apple Store suggested that somebody uninstalled the Eufy app. if I open the settings of my iPhone and I type battery into the search, I get the battery, I get battery health, I get low power mode, which is also definitely worth a try because that downgrades a whole bunch of things, including stopping apps trying to connect to, various different things, like email is not going to go out and check as frequently and stuff. And UFI security pops up here too. So I'm wondering if perhaps that's why the person suggested that they uninstall it. And so I would like to suggest, check which apps are popping up in background app refresh. If you pop into the battery, then you should be able to get some idea of what apps are using all of your battery or potentially none of your battery. I've been using Apollo a lot, it seems, and the Ura app as well. But my phone's at 100%. So I feel like I'm doing all right, but it's also worth potentially trying to enable that low power mode at night as well. And don't forget, folks, if you go into the focus mode settings for sleep, then you can actually, as one of your options, you can turn on low power mode as one of the focus filters. So when you add a filter, one of the options that you can configure there is turning on low power mode, which could be a nice way around that if you want to give that a shot.
Interesting. Yeah. Look, this is a tough one, and Doug, would love to hear more. And of course, we'll keep an eye on things from our end. And if there are any updates, then we'll let you know about that.